I'm going to play some more clips. I am not going to talk as much as I did the last time. You get the gist here. 32 teams, 32 fans, 32 different people, all the different things. And since the recording of the video that I made before, I've actually recorded more conversations, as you can imagine. I'm still, as of this recording, not done, but I'm very, 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 very close. As you can imagine, yes, I've sent more emails, I've sent more things, I've done all the things. However, I wanted to play more clips. So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to play more clips and let you see a couple more of these conversations because they are simply amazing.
Breaking news. You know what I'm saying? We got George Pickens. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy. So happy. Then everything made sense. Now I'm happy about the draft. Now I'm happy about Booker. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing changed in an instant. And I'm happy. I'm really, really, really happy with that move. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm satisfied.
And you even did what a lot of fans don't do. You even were like, all right, Jerry Jones, thank you.
I'll be killing him. If you watch my videos, I'll be dogging Jerry Jones. You know, everybody know if you watch my videos, I go in on Jerry Jones all the time. So when he made this move, it was shocking to me, you know, because I heard about it. I heard about it a couple days before it happened. I heard the whispers. But you can't take whispers serious when it comes to the Cowboys because, as we all know, the Cowboys get clicks. So when you put their name, of course, okay, you know, I gotta be honest, right? You know what I'm saying? When you put their name in your title or in clicks, even if it's not true, you get all these clicks. So I thought, Jerry ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Jerry not gonna do that. You know what I mean? He's not.
To say the least with that. Who else?
I know you guys have Quinn Ewers. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah. So Quinn was a pick.
He wasn't. He was an option. He was an option.
I like Ollie as well.
I love. You know what? I actually loved the Ollie Gordon pick.
Yeah,
I think. I think that will help Tua too. So I liked the Ollie Gordon pick. So
but besides that, nothing really. I think they were really trying to pick up and help the trenches. And I think that's the main focus for now. But I feel like the trenches needs work, but as well as the secondary. I think there's no doubt.
You know, the dog in him, but it's just one of those things where we go into the season, we know we got Sam Darnold. You look at Sam Darnold before coming to our team, and you're like, I mean, what's the most we're going to get out of Sam? Like, there's some, you see something there when you watch him on Carolina and you watch the couple snaps he had in San Fran, and you're like, okay, maybe there's something there. But he hit us by surprise, to say the least, right? Like, started winning games. We go 5-1, and then we keep on rolling. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is looking good. He got our hopes up, and I think that's the issue, right? As we went into the season, low expectations. After about 5 weeks, we're like, Super Bowl, maybe, I don't know, maybe compete for that. Like, maybe, just maybe, you know, and then we get to when it mattered the most. And it was the playoff game. And, you know, it's one of those things, not just the playoff game, but the game for the number 1 seed, because we played Detroit for that number 1 seed.
Yeah, okay. That's like that year 2. That's exactly what you think. You know, improvement from year 1, probably making a playoff push, but fall short. I think a lot of people who really understand how rebuilds work would have been very happy with an 8-9. Like, that's progress. Kyler was healthy pretty much the whole season. I'll take it, right? But the way it happened in real time, right? You build us up, you give us hope, right? Right? You're like, hey, this team's going to do something. And then, right? The way it happened caused fans to be understandably very disappointed. But like, you know, if you look at it, right, from the 10,000-foot view, 8-9, year 2 of a rebuild, after winning 4 games the year before, that's a good year 2, right on track with that kind of 3-year thing we're talking about, right?
Yep.
But it was disappointing the way the back half fell apart for the fans.
Yeah, I can see that. So after that,
the NFL record for the highest completion percentage with a minimum of 20 attempts.
Yeah.
And it's just this magnificent performance, you know, 4th down conversions, you know, deep balls. And then obviously the exclamation point on the 3rd and 7 when we only got 10 players on the field. We just called timeout, so you can't call another one. Guys are scrambling around. They don't know where to line up. He gets everyone lined up. They snap the ball. Because you only got 10 guys on the field, they send a blitz. Somebody's coming scot-free, ear holes him. He throws a deep ball, and it is the most perfectly placed deep ball one can imagine. And you're just looking at it, and you're like, oh my God.
We have something.
We hit a home run. Yeah. We got a star. It's what we've been waiting for our entire lives. Like, I always used to say that as Commanders / Redskins / football team fans, we've been wandering in the quarterback wilderness, screaming for help for over 30 years. And it's just echoing or reverberating back to us. And nobody's listening. And you're like, help. Is anybody there?
Yeah.
And he runs a lot tougher than his size. So, but getting back to Christian McCaffrey, I mean, you hope for the best, but you hold your breath at the same time. And if you don't hold your breath, if you hold your breath too long, you might pass out or worse. So that's all I can say. When it comes to Christian McCaffrey.
That's fair. So where do you think you all stand after everything? Do you feel like you're contenders to win the Super Bowl? Do you feel like you're contenders to win the division? Do you feel like you're rebuilding? Do you feel like you're playing it by ear? Where do you feel like right now San Francisco is? What are your expectations of them for 2025?
Well, my expectations, I will say this, that Shanahan and John Lynch have kind of spoiled us all as fans for a little bit. I mean, of course, when you went to the Super Bowl and you lose the Super Bowl, you always come back that next year and you don't make the playoffs or anything, which that happened to the 49ers previously, and then it happened this past season. So what I expect is at least 9 to 10 wins. I know that may seem crazy to some people, but
no nonsense guy. And that's what the Jets need. Doesn't mean it's going to guaranteed win, but of all the scenarios of first time head coaches, I think he's probably the best choice because he wanted the job desperately. He's a former Jet. He loved being a Jet. You could see the passion in his energy when he talks about the Jets. He wants this job badly. He wants to win badly. So we're embracing it. We have no choice because he's the coach, but he's easy to buy into once you hear him speak.
Okay, that's good. And so how are you feeling? I guess I have a multitude of questions. So I'm going to tell you all the questions. You can answer these however you want. So obviously you all pick up Justin Fields in free agency. So I'd love to know your thoughts about that. I would love to know your thoughts about Steve Wilks, because I know he's coming over as a defensive coordinator, whom I think is a great defensive coordinator. Yep. And I would just love your thoughts on how you felt like the team started to shape itself after you did hire that head coach.
Well, see, I thought Steve Wilks was really important because when you have a young, inexperienced coaching staff, you need that veteran, been there, done that guy that can be your sounding board. And that you can say, okay, here's your defense. You run it. I trust you with that. Well, I work on Justin Fields and the offense and everything else. You have that confidant. So I think Steve Wilks is a great fit. He's an accomplished guy. He's a very good defensive mind too, which is good. Mm-hmm. And you combine that with Aaron Glenn. So it could be the strength of your team as they grow out the offense. So that's exciting. As for Justin Fields,
funny that you say that. Actually,
I try to protect people and what I know that they know. So
I actually know how I schedule.
How are you feeling now that he's there? Are you liking it better? Do you like the move? What are your thoughts about him being an addition to the Browns organization?
So I'll say this. I mean, in the beginning, I didn't know how it would happen. Maybe I was ignorant to the fact that it could happen because it's Cleveland. I didn't believe that Cleveland could accept Shedeur Sanders. I didn't know how my city would be able to accept Shedeur Sanders. But now that he's here, I mean, it almost seems like, Shedeur is going to be able to understand a different world. Shedeur comes from Dallas. He went to Mississippi, helped turn that around. That was a different world. Went to Boulder, Colorado. Probably didn't understand anything about Boulder, Colorado. Helped them obtain a winning culture there, a different world. And now you're coming to Cleveland, Ohio, where your aura of who you are and just that swag that you have and that winning culture that your family has and you have, and it all trickles down from your dad. Yeah. I mean, we all know. But I think I think Shador, he knows he has to work. You know, nothing here is going to come handed to him. You know, just because your name is Shador Sanders, you still have to come in here and work. You know, the swag ain't going to get you nowhere. It's going to get you a lot of fans. It's going to get you a lot of merch sales. You know, it's going to get you a lot of people behind you, but it's not going to get you a Super Bowl. So,
you mentioned
here's
something.
my opinion. Here's my opinion, real quick. Here's my opinion. I right now, my opinion, I don't think Kenny Pickett will be on this team.
I'm glad you got to see more clips. I'm glad that I got to go back and fix that mistake. That's what you do in life, right? You get feedback, you hear people's opinions, then you think about what you're thinking about, and then if you can't stand on it, you got to make a better decision. So I am making a better decision. Thank you to those of you that asked me for more clips. My hair is going everywhere. It's humid. It's 100. The gnats are eating me. I think I just got eaten by a mosquito, so I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those things, and I will see you in my next video.